Hello, everybody, once again, salam. This is yet another edition um, of our environmental care information. So, we keep on updating you what is happening in the world of environment. And as like I said in the first session, people are preparing for Christmas, whether it's white or whatever color of Christmas. Wish you all the best. It's a time for people to come together, but we need also to remember that we do not have to overdo, to overconsume, uh, because it's part of the sustainable development goals. And so, looking at the sustainable development goals, I promise that I'm going to break this down for us to understand. And right now, to begin with, we shall begin with what are sustainable development goals. In the turn of this millennium, around 2000, between 2000 and 2003, the Western world developed a strategy and a master plan for the developing countries to follow so that at least they can have a higher standard of living and, of course, lower the cost of living, have good governance, and, of course, try to change their life from the usual common Western media depiction of developing countries where they only give information about war, hunger, and diseases, and of course, sometimes natural calamities. Now, these Millennium Development Goals did not really yield much, but each country had taken at least an item out of the 8 that were set. And because these were set, and so the Western world had interest, and so it really depended on which item a country chose, and that's how you got your developing partner or development partner. And so in 2015, this was found not to really yield much, and so they had to have to rethink the whole strategy. And so, because there was still the question of domination and patronage by the rich countries towards the poor countries, and so the idea or the concept of carrot on a stick was protested, negotiated, and it was agreed that the developing countries are over consuming, but they only talk of them being the producers. And of course, with the growing concern of climate change, sustainability had to be the only strategy that the world should follow for us to reduce this climate change, the rising sea level, and of course the rising temperatures. And of course today we have been talking, especially this year 2022, we've been talking about hunger or not yet famine, but at least we've been talking about drought that has been very severe, extreme weather patterns. But this drought was unprecedented. It is a drought that was as serious as one that was there in East Africa in the last 40 years. I mean, 40 years ago, all right? And so again, this brings me to the concern that imunza.org has. It has concern for millennials, and it has concern for the generation that raised the millennials, and of course the generation the millennials are raising. And so the oldest millennial is around 40, between 40, 45 years. And so these are people who were born in extreme weather patterns, and now they are experiencing these extreme weather patterns. In America, North America today, they are talking about the Arctic storm, the extreme snow storm that was experienced again 40 years ago. And so these are not unprecedented times. And so the Millennium Development Goals came at a time that was very opportune in 2015. And now we are preparing for the 2023 mid-term review for the Millennium Development Goals. Now, I would like to highlight that Millennium Development Goals are 17 goals. And these 17 goals have been categorized into 5 categories. Okay? And these categories are called categories of engagement. So the Millennium Development Goal 1 to 5 are those that focus on people. The Millennium Development from number 6 to 14, and then adding number 16, they talk about the planet Earth, how we've plundered. About the people is how we've disregarded human rights, especially during the Industrial Revolution, the Agrarian Revolution, the Nuclear Age Revolution. And now we are in the digital revolution age. And so we are really looking at how we did to our fellow humans, and especially even the old times during slavery, and how we've done to our planet. We've really plundered it of her natural resources, and we've been living beyond our means. That's why we are talking about sustainability. And so the killing of human beings and misusing of their potential, and of course the misusing of the capacity of natural resources that the earth is able to replenish, so that a few people can amass and become the rich of the rich. These SDGs are looking at this, and they are giving guidance and caution against these plunders. The SDG number 16, again, because like I said, it is amassing and making wealth, talks about prosperity. And so we are looking at prosperity for everybody who exists on this world. And we are saying that everybody who is alive in this world has a portion of natural resources that are able to sustain their lives. And so no one has a right over other people's natural resources. And so we just need to look at this. And this will bring peace. SDG number 16 talks about peace. And I'm sorry, I'll take that again. SDG number 16 is about peace. SDG number 7 to 11 talks about prosperity. And finally, we're talking about partnership. This is where nations have been using or misusing each other. The rich has been twisting the poor. They are the ones, the biggest emitters. They got their wealth from the poor nation's resources. And now that things are bad, the poor nations are suffering even more. And so, looking at these sustainable development goals, we are able to find out where the problem is and how we are going to do this. The best thing with this against the Millennium Development Goals is that this is for every country and every person who exists today. So thank you so much. We'll reach there for now. And remember to subscribe our YouTube channel, all the social medias, Isaac Mwiruri Imonza, and you'll get more information about this and many more. Thank you and good grief.